Chapter 28, Steering Systems and Integral Steering Gears, Day 1, Video 6, Ackerman Arm. So the Ackerman arm is the lower arm that comes off of the steering knuckle that transfers the rotation or the steering angle from the driver's side over to the passenger side. Forged, temporary heat treated component. And there is a little bit of a job of the Ackerman arm to change steering angles. We've got the tie rod that sending that linear motion side to side. It's got the is bolted onto the, or I'm sorry, is engaged into the end of the Ackerman arm. So I talked about the ability to change the angle of the tires as you're steering. So one thing is you want to take note is as this truck is turning a corner, the inside tire and the outside tire turn on different arcs or different radiuses. Just like we've got a differential in the drive axles to allow for one tire to turn more than the other. On our steering, these tires have to turn at different angles, and we do that with the use of the Ackerman arm. It's got some built-in abilities to change the steering angles. So as we are making a left-hand turn in this instant, the inside or the driver's side tire is going to turn at a lot sharper angle than the passenger side, which is going on a lot larger arc. So we have to be able to make those changes with the Ackerman arm. So an overhead view that we've got here, the center of that steering knuckle is located about here where I've got the cursor. And as you see, that exaggerated view here is that Ackerman arm is at an angle, all right, to the steer axle. And the same on the driver or the passenger side, we would have our kingpin or the center around the where that tire pivots on the steering knuckle is right about here where we've got the tip of the cursor, and now we've got that Ackerman arm is at an angle. So now as we turn the tire, right, turn it more this way, this Ackerman arm will impart a different linear motion since it is operating on an arc, right? As it turns, it goes an arc. So the more I turn it, the less motion it's going to transfer to the other side. If these were straight up and down or straight in alignment, front to back with the kingpin, I would move the driver's side, 2 inches, and since it was being nice and straight across, the passenger side would move 2 inches. They would turn at the same angle, so we don't want that. So as I make this left-hand turn, and we started out with that Ackerman arm at an angle, that 1 inch of motion or 2 inches of motion of the tire here is we lose linear motion the further we get away from a straight up and down position. So instead of moving at 2 inches, it's going to move at 1 3/4 of an inch, right? So that means less motion over on this side of the Ackerman arm here, and a lower angle for the passenger side tire to turn. That's how we've got the Ackerman built into the Ackerman angle built into the Ackerman arm. Has to do with that offset of the center line of the kingpin and the center line of that Ackerman arm. Those being off would cause one side to turn more than the other.